ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
ಊಟ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
ಆಯ್ತು ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
ಓಕೆ. ನಾವು ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲೈವ್ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ, ಸೊ ಮಾತಾಡೋದೆಲ್ಲ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ.
ದಂಡವತ್ ಪ್ರಣಾಮ್.
ದಂಡವತ್ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ. ಓಕೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಶುರು ಮಾಡುವಲ್ಲ. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ವಾಸುದೇವಾಯ. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ವಾಸುದೇವಾಯ. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ವಾಸುದೇವಾಯ. ನಾರಾಯಣಂ ನಮಸ್ಕೃತ್ಯಂ ನರಂ ಚೈವ ನರೋತ್ತಮಂ ದೇವೀಂ ಸರಸ್ವತಿಂ ವ್ಯಾಸಂ ತತೋ ಜಯಮುದೀರಯತೆ. ನಷ್ಟಪ್ರಾಯೇಷು ಅಭದ್ರೇಷು ನಿತ್ಯಂ ಭಾಗವತ ಸೇವಯ ಭಗವತೆ ಉತ್ತಮಶ್ಲೋಕೆ ಭಕ್ತಿರ್ಭವತಿ ನೈಷ್ಟಕಿ. ಮೂಕಂ ಕರೋತಿ ವಾಚಾಲಂ ಪಂಗುಂ ಲಂಘಯತೆ ಗಿರಿಂ ಯತ್ಕೃಪಾತಮಹಂ ವಂದೇ ಶ್ರೀಗುರುಂ ದೀನತಾರಿಣಂ ಶ್ರೀಚೈತನ್ಯಮೀಶ್ವರಂ. ಓಂ ಅಜ್ಞಾನತಿಮಿರಂಧಸ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನಾಂಜನಶಲಾಕಯ ಚಕ್ಷುರುಂ ಮಿಲಿತಂ ಯೇನ ತಸ್ಮೈ ಶ್ರೀಗುರುವೇ ನಮಃ. ನಮೋ ಓಂ ವಿಷ್ಣುಪಾದಾಯ ಕೃಷ್ಣಪೃಷ್ಠಾಯ ಭೂತಲೆ ಶ್ರೀಮತೆ ಭಕ್ತಿ ವೇದಾಂತ ಸ್ವಾಮಿನಿತಿ ನಾಮಿನೇ. ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ದೇವೆ ಗೌರವಾಣಿ ಪ್ರಚಾರಿಣಿ ನಿರ್ವಿಶೇಷ ಶೂನ್ಯವಾದಿ ಪಾಶ್ಚಾತ್ಯ ದೇಶತಾರಿಣಿ. ಜಯ ಶ್ರೀ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಪ್ರಭು ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಶ್ರೀ ಅದ್ವೈತ ಗದಾಧರ ಶ್ರೀವಾಸಾದಿ ಗೌರ ಭಕ್ತ ವೃಂದ. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ 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 ಹರೇ ಹರೇ, ಹರೇ ರಾಮ 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 ಹರೇ ಹರೇ. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಶ್ಲೋಕ 37. Can we read?
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ. ಅರ್ಚನಾ ಮಾತಾಜಿ.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sutta uvacha evam shambhasaya bhagavan narado
ವಾಸವಿಸುತಂ. ಓಂ ಸುತ ಉವಾಚ ಏವಂ ಸಂಭಾಸ್ಯ ಭಗವಾನ್ ನಾರದೋ ವಾಸವಿಸುತಂ ಅಮಂತ್ರ್ಯ ವಿನಂ ರಣಯನ್ ಯಾಯುದ್ರೋಚ್ಛಿಕೋ ಮುನಿಃ.
Translation. Jai Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Jai. Translation. Sutta Goswami said, thus addressing Vasudeva, Srila Narada Muni took leave of him and vibrating on his veena instrument, he left to wander at his free will. Purport. Every living being is anxious for full freedom because that is his transcendental nature. And this freedom is obtained only through the transcendental service of the Lord. Illusioned by the external energy, everyone thinks that he is free, but actually he is bound up by the laws of nature. A conditioned soul cannot freely move from one place to another, even on this earth, and what to speak of one planet to another. But a full-fledged free soul like Narada, always engaged in chanting the Lord's glory, is free to move not only on earth, but only in any part of the universe, as well as in any part of the spiritual sky. We can just imagine the extent and unlimitedness of his freedom, which is as good as that of Supreme. Prabhuji, can you scroll?
Second.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, which is as good as that of the Supreme Lord. There is no reason or obligation for his traveling, and no one can stop him from his free movement. Similarly, the transcendental system of devotional service is also free. It may or may not develop in a particular person, even after undergoing all the detailed formulas. Similarly, the association of the devotee is also free. One may be fortunate to have it, or one may not have it even after thousands of endeavors. Therefore, in all the spheres of devotional service, freedom is the main pivot. Without freedom, there is no execution of devotional service. The freedom surrendered to the Lord does not mean that the devotee becomes dependent in every respect. To surrender unto the Lord through the transparent medium of the spiritual master is to attain complete freedom of life.
Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Want to share some points, Mataji?
And no, Prabhuji.
Okay. So, till then, Narada was speaking. Now, finally, Sutta Goswami, because Sutta Goswami is addressing to the sages of Naimisharanya. So, Bhagavatam is like that, the story inside a story. Parishit asked a question to Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami, what discussed is Sutta Goswami is answering to sages Naimisharanya. So now, the inside that, Narada and Vyasa discussion happening. Now Sutta Goswami is addressing the sages that, so he's saying that just addressing Vyasadeva, Narada Muni took leave from and vibrating his Veena instrument, he left to wander at his free will. So there are a few points here Prabhupada brings out. Of course, the free will is the one point in the sloka itself comes. Every living entity has got a free will. Krishna doesn't put restriction on any jiva. He is given a freedom. So it's Jiva who decides what I should do, or Jiva who desires what I should do. Accordingly, the karma works. That's the reason the Jiva is responsible. The free will is given. At the same time, Lord has got a sweet will. Lord's will, it's up to him. There is nobody can control. Whereas Jiva's certain activities is definitely controlled. Jiva desires, but the sanction happens from the Lord. So here also the Prabhupada talks about every living being is anxious to full freedom because it has a transcendental nature. Every jiva wants freedom. Nobody wants to be controlled. But at the same time, we are always controlled. We are not freedom. So we Indians, those born in India, we say that we have got freedom. But actually, we are not got freedom. There are a lot of boundings, the three gunas, mode of goodness, mode of fashion, mode of ignorance. And there are so many controls on us. There are nature control, there is family boundings, there are so many laws binding us. It's not that we have a full freedom, but Jiva always want to be free. So that's why Prabhupada is saying that the transcendental nature of the Jiva is to be free. So that is the nature we should develop. But free, when the real freedom is that when we surrender to Krishna, that's the real freedom. Otherwise, we are not freedom. We are always under control. So when we fully surrender to Krishna, that is a real freedom or real independence. Because there we don't depend on anything. We are fully relaxed. So like how a small child fully relaxed in the lap of mother, that's the mood we should develop. That's where the full freedom is there. Otherwise, we are always anxious. So Prabhupada brings out that point. And Prabhupada also says, no one can stop him from a movement. So Narada Muni has got a full freedom. He can go to any planet. One planet to one planet. He go to Lord Shiva's Kailasha, next to Brahma Loka, next he goes to Vishnu Loka. So he keep traveling. Because he has developed or he has got that blessings from the Lord, that he has got that transcendental body. So at the same time, since he has got fully freedom, he has got that development of going anywhere preaching. Wherever he goes, he does the preaching. So there are so many pastimes, whether Daksha's children or Prahlad, Dhruva, wherever he goes, even he comes to Kamsa, so many pastimes we can read. How Narada Muni, wherever he goes, he just preaches, he somehow he connects to Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada brings out here that the devotee association is he says is free, but at the same time is so valuable. He says sadhu sanga, sadhu sanga, sadhu sanga, lava matra sadhu sanga, sarva siddhi hoye. Sadhu sanga, lava matra. Lava matra means a blink of eyes. If we have a association of a pure devotee, sarva siddhi hoye. it's all our problems solved. So whenever there is the devotees, pure devotee comes, we should grab that opportunity. We should run behind and see how we can, take that opportunity. So we should not even, give away that responsibility. I mean, give away that opportunity. I was thinking that next Sunday we have a wonderful devotee who is brahmachari, with a very, energetic personality. He's coming to our, so requesting everybody, please take it up. Don't miss this opportunity, because whenever sadhu comes, we should run. So there are quite a lot of stories are there, or pastimes are there, how sadhu sangha helps. Because bhakti can be given by bhakta. Bhakti cannot come for matter. I cannot just develop a bhakti just by, knowledge. Knowledge is required, but to get a bhakti, we need a bhakta. That's why always sadhu sangha is important. So that's why Prabhupada says that whatever happens, don't leave ISKCON, because don't leave sadhu sangha. Sometimes we may feel bad, sometimes we may feel, kind of morose, but at any cost, don't leave, because outside is more dangerous. There is, in Himalaya, there is a kind of animal. They have all at Pokipon, I don't know what's the name called. They all have a big poking thorns in their body. But because of the ice, they all join together, they stay together. Because of the heat from the body of the one animal, the other animal is surviving. But when they stay together, the thorns, they're poking each other. They feel pain, but still they stay together, because if they come out, the ice is so cold, they'll die. Similarly, when we have devotee association, we should not give up at any cost, because that's where our savior is there. That's the Prabhupada says devotee association is free, but at the same time, the valuable association. Prabhupada says the freedom surrender to the Lord does not mean that a devotee becomes dependent on every aspect. So freedom means we have to fully surrender. That mean we may not be dependent everything for Lord. We have our independence, but at the same time, that independence is to serve Krishna. Independent is to understand the mood of Krishna and work against accordingly. That's why Prabhupada says that we should be one with the Krishna. One with the Krishna means not merge with the Krishna. We should one with the Krishna means we need to understand what is Krishna's purpose. I should work for it. Like a corporate world, we see that, right? They say you work for the corporate objective. So everybody should work for that. Similarly, what is Krishna's objective? Krishna's objective is to take us all back to him. That is his objective. He wants all the living entity come back to Golok Vrindavan. So we should.
Difficult words line mantada ina rough book barale ave bale. Ate. Baka summary and manpa. Nana the Warma ante baka odere jave.
So that is how we should work for it. We should all preach. We should all, do our sadhana nicely. So our sadhana in the morning, chanting in the morning, reading Bhagavatam, doing arati, whatever it is in the morning and evening, and preaching should happen. At the same time, we should preach others also. This is how, here mentioned here. We'll go to the next sloka, 38.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Aho devarshirधन्योऽयं यत्कीर्तिं सारंगधन्वनः गायन् मध्यन् idam tantra ramayatye aturam jagat. Translation: all glory and success to Sri Narada Muni because he glorifies the activity of the personality of Godhead, and so doing he himself takes pleasure and also enlivens all the distressed souls of the universe. Purport: Sri Narada Muni plays on his instrument to glorify the transcendental activities of the Lord and to give relief to all miserable living entities of the universe. No one is happy here within the universe, and what is felt as happiness is Maya illusion. The illusory energy of the Lord is so strong that even the hog who lives on filthy stools feel happy. No one can be truly happy within the material world. Sri Narada Muni is, in order to enlighten the miserable inhabitants, wanders everywhere. His mission is to get them back home, back to Godhead. This is the mission of all genuine devotees of the Lord, following the footsteps of that great sage. Thus, end the Bhaktivedanta purport of the first canto. Should I read it? Sixth chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Conversation between Narada and Vyasa.
Yes. So with that, we finished reading sixth chapter. So finally, he says, all glory and success to Sri Narada Muni, because he glorifies the activities of personality Godhead. So whoever glorifies the supreme personality Godhead is glorious. That's why the Krishna Katha is so important. Whenever given opportunity, we should glorify. When we glorify Supreme Lord, our so many anarthas gets cleansed. Even forget Supreme Lord, even others. If you glorify others, kind of the pleasure we get, not the person receiving will be getting pleasure, but person glorifying it more than that. So Swamali said that, no, the giving is got more pleasure than taking it. Similarly, when you glorify others, we get so much pleasure. That's why always glorify the Lord. Whenever we visit any temple, we should understand the Sala Purana and we should glorify the Supreme Lord there. That is how the purification happens. Here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada brings out a few points like, he says, this world will not get happiness. What is felt as happiness is a Maya, illusion. I mean, Krishna himself says, Dukkhalayam Shashvatam, this place is not place for gentlemen. The Prabhupada, many places, this place is not meant for gentlemen, he says. I mean, gentlemen or ladies, whoever, both, we should get out of from this place. We should go back to Goloka Vrindavan. So, even here, Prabhupada brings out, even the hog who lives in the filthy stool feels happy. So, there is a story like, once Indra was cursed to become a hog. And after the curse is finished, Brahmaji personally comes and tells Indra, your curse is finished, come back. Your Indraloka is waiting for you. Indraloka is full of opulence. He is a king of the heaven. So, the Indraloka. But that Indra, who is in the body of the hog, he says, no. I have my wife, children. I have a nice food here. What in the gutter is eating stool. So, that is a fate as all of us. We are thinking that I'm enjoying here, but we are not enjoying. The better enjoyment is waiting there. We should always aspire to go back to that place. Prabhupada says, go back home, back to Godhead. Prabhupada's wording is, if you say, go back home, back to God. Back home means we were there, we had come here. Now back home, back to Godhead. Our home is back to Godhead. Allirudu nammane, illirudu summane. So we have to leave this place and go back. So we have to plan for it. That's why Prabhupada concludes saying that the mission of all genuine devotees, Lord is following footsteps of the great sage Narada. So this is the tagline we should all apply. What is the mission of each one of us? Life is to, take everybody back and follow the footsteps of Narada Muni. Narada Muni is, what is the mission? To take everybody back home. Prabhupada also sometimes said that, Narada Muni also cursed by Daksha that he cannot stay in one place because he has preached his sons who Daksha wanted them to become married, but Narada Muni preached them to become brahmacharis. So he cursed. So Prabhupada also says that my disciples' parents are cursed to me. That's why I cannot stay in one place. Because many times Srila Prabhupada's disciples' parents came and told that they come back. There is a pastime with the Giriraj Swami. Historians, Giriraj Swami, his parents came that they gave a blank check to Prabhupada. That time, Giriraj Swami's parents were, they're so rich. They give blank check. Swamiji, write whatever the amount, but relieve my son. Prabhupada said, please take him. I have not stopped. I have not forced anybody. But Giriraj Swami says, no, I will not go home. Whatever it is that, this is the place I want to stay. Because spirituality gives so much happiness. So that's what, here all of us has to take up a life, saying that preach as much as possible and let also go back home, back to Godhead. With this, the chapter 6 is finishes. We'll move on to chapter 7, titled The Son of Drona Punished. Okay. First sloka, somebody can read.
Yes, Prabhuji, I'll read. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Text 1. Shaunaka Vacha. Nirgate Narade Suta Bhagavan Badarayanaha Shrutavamsha Tad Abhipretam Tatakim Akrodvibuhu. Translation. Rishi Shaunaka asked, O Suta, the great and transcendently powerful Vyasadeva heard everything from Sri Narada Muni. So after Narada's departure, what did Vyasadeva do? Purport. In this chapter, the clue for describing Srimad Bhagavatam is picked up as Maharaja Parikshit is miraculously saved in the womb of his mother. This was caused by Drauni, Ashwatthama. Acharya Drona's son was who killed the 5 sons of Draupadi while they were asleep, for which he was punished by Arjuna. Before commencing the great epic Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Vyasadeva realized the whole truth by trance in devotion. So what I understood here is, Prabhuji, that after Narada's departure, Ashwatthama had killed the 5 sons of Draupadi, thinking them to be 5 Pandavas, and then Brahmastra or something through which he could destroy, and he tried to kill the full his this one of Pandavas by trying to kill the child in the womb of Abhimanyu's wife. But that was miraculously saved by Lord Sri Krishna. So all this Vyasadeva is able to see in a vision or a trance before commencing the Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is what I understood here, Mataji.
So Shanuka Rishi is representing sages named Sharanya. Shanuka Rishi is asked on behalf of sages named Sharanya to Sutta Goswami. So now the discussion happening between them. They are asking Sutta, oh great and transcendently powerful Vyasadeva, heard everything from Narada Muni. Then what happened? So it's like a discussion happening. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada brings out what Mataji said just now, how Parishita was saved. Krishna in the womb of Uttara, he entered and saved Parishit Maharaj. That's why he's named Parishit. Parishit means one who's searching, because as in the womb, he has seen the Supreme Personality coming in and saving him. After coming out, also he's looking for who is that personality saved me. So also here brings out how Ashwatthama, Droni, the son of Drona, killed the Upapandavas, and how he was punished by Arjuna. Those discussion happens. Will coming slokas will discuss more than that. Yeah, move to the next one.
Okay. Text 2. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Suta uvacha Brahmanadyam Saraswatyam Ashrama Paschime Tate Samya Prasha iti Prokta Rishinam Shatravardhanaha. Translation. Suta said, on the western bank of the river Saraswati, which is intimately related with the Vedas, there is a cottage for meditation at Samya Prasha, which enlivens the transcendental activities of the sages. Purport. For spiritual advancement of knowledge, a suitable place and atmosphere are definitely required. The place on the western bank of the Saraswati is especially suitable for this purpose. And there is the ashrama of Vyasadeva at Samyaprasa. Srila Vyasadeva was a householder, yet his residential place is called as ashrama. An ashrama is a place where spiritual culture is always foremost. It does not matter whether the place belongs to a householder or a mendicant. The whole Varnashrama system is so designed that each and every status of life is called an ashrama. This means that spiritual culture is a common factor for all. The brahmacharis, the grahastis, the vanaprasthas, and the sannyasis all belong to the same mission of life, namely realization of the Supreme. Therefore, none of them are less important as far as spiritual culture is concerned. The difference is a matter of formality on the strength of renunciation. The sannyasis are held in high estimation on the strength of practical renunciation. So here what they are telling is, Sutta Rishi tells that on the western bank of river Saraswati, Sri Vyasadeva has a cottage for meditation at Samya Prasha, and this enlivens the transcendental activities of sages. Basically, Vyasadeva was a householder, but still his residence place is called as ashrama, because it doesn't matter whether a person is a householder or a yogi or a sannyasi, but where there are spiritual activities conducted or spiritual culture is always foremost, that place can be called as an ashrama. So also there in our Hindu culture there is four ashramas given. That is, one is brahmacharya, then grihastha, then vanaprastha, and then that is I think
Yes.
sannyasa shrama. So all these are considered ashrama, because in all these stages what happens is they always cultivate, even if they are in the brahmacharya avastha, they try to gain knowledge. That knowledge should be gaining the knowledge of the supreme personality of God. And even when they are in the grihastha ashrama, that time also one should when one is married or having children, one should do the service of the Lord. So, and in the third also, when they go to forest, it should be done with the aim of attaining the supreme Lord and going back to Godhead. So in all these things, the spiritual realization of the supreme God is main. That's why all these stages, irrespective of whether one is a householder or yogi, it is considered as ashrama, because spiritual activities pertaining to the personality of Godhead are performed in all these stages. Hence, here also Vyasadeva, who is trying to now write the glories of the Lord, is situated in his ashrama, and he's meditate for which is ideal for meditation. That's what I understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Maharaj. So Prabhupada in the purport brings saying that for a spiritual advancement of knowledge, a suitable place and atmosphere is definitely required. So we as practitioners, as grahasthas, sadhakas, for us, the advancement in knowledge, the suitable place, atmosphere is required. What is that place? Place is our own home, our temple. We should make temple in the house so that our home becomes a temple. Krishna should be in the center. Should Krishna temple should be there, and we should make our house. Prabhupada says everyone should make the house Vrindavan to the extent, and he says my temples are Vrindavan. Every should bring the home, make the temple as Vrindavan. So we should keep Krishna in the center and make that house as a temple. And what is the time? Time is early morning, especially for sadhana. The Brahma Murta we call, before 1.5 hours before sunrise. So that's the time we should try to do our sadhana, chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Preferably as minimum as 16 rounds in the morning. That's a real protection we can get. All other things can be done later. And after that, possible reading Bhagavad Gita, doing Arati, offering Bhoga. These are all things should happen in the early morning, possible. That's the definite atmosphere, because that's the time everybody else is, sleeping. So that's the best atmosphere for us to do our sadhana. Prabhupada also, as Mataji said, Grasta Ashrama. Ashrama means where, Lord is there, and the Grasta who stays in the family, performs devotional service, then becomes a Grasta Ashrama. But a Grasta who does the sense gratification, staying, not performing devotional service, he becomes a Grihamedi. So we should always aspire to Grihastha Ashrama, and whole family should serve Krishna nicely. The other ashramas like Brahmachari, generally the boy sent to Gurukul at the age of 5, and after that Guru teaches up to the age of 25. Then the boy is given option whether he want to get married or continue Brahmacharya and become sannyas directly. So those who married up to the 50, they in Grasta Ashrama. When son grown up, the husband, wife, they leave, they go, olden days, they go to forest. Now there is no forest. Now go to the places for preaching, whether they're the holy places or anywhere preaching together. And after 75, if they survive, they can go sannyasa. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said in Kali Yuga, sannyasa is not required, not authorized, because there is a lot of problem in that. There are, I mean, ISKCON also the sannyasi given, but with a lot of terms and conditions. Everybody is not given sannyasa, because once given sannyasa, if fall down, is more dangerous. So that's why we should follow the varnashrama system. Like Krishna says, Chaturvanya Maya, the sister, Guna Karma Vibhagasha. He says, I created these four Vibhagas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and Brahmachari, Grasta, and Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. But based on their Guna and Karma. So we as a Grastas try to practice this in our home as much as possible. And finally, Prabhupada says that the sannyasis are held high esteem on the strength of practical renunciation. So there are, in the previous verses we saw, in Bhagavad Gita also we saw how each one is renounces. Sannyasi renounces everything and he fully depend on Krishna. And grastas sacrifice their sense gratification and serve everybody, every other, like brahmachari, vanaprastha, sannyasas, and they take care of the whole society. So like that, each one does their services, so that whole society is taken care nicely. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. Devotees can share points or questions if any. Whatever share today. Who want to go? Alphabetic order, maybe. Yes, Asha Mataji, start. In 1 or 2 points.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Yeah. Prabhuji, what I could understand today's class is free, every entity has a free will, and Jiva desires what they want, but Lord, I mean, Jiva desires and Lord sanctions it, and then we have a freedom, and we are controlled by the nature's control and family bondage and etc. Then when we surrender to Krishna, to Lord, that is the real freedom. Like as you have given the example about a child with his child on his mother's lap. And about Narada ji, as he goes free, he travels from one place to another, and he preaches. And then one more sentence what I could understand: bhakti given by bhaktas, bhakti is given by bhaktas, and we should not leave sadhu sangha.
Yes, bro. Yes, Mataji. Yes,
Hare
Asha.
Krishna.
Every jiva wants to be free, but none of us are free. There is no full freedom. Real freedom is when we fully surrender to the Supreme. That is the real freedom, and that there we get the full freedom. And we have to be with sadhu sangha always. We try to be, which has a lot of benefits. We should not miss an opportunity to be with sadhu sangha. To get bhakti, we have to always associate with bhaktas, and the devotees association is very, very important. And we should always try to glorify the Supreme and his devotees also. And then our home can be turned into temple, and to progress in bhakti, early morning sadhana is very important.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Mariappan Prabhu. Any other points?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhu.
Every soul wants complete freedom. However, I am a conditioned soul. To become liberated soul like Narada Muniji, I must surrender to Supreme Lord unconditionally. Devotee association is offered free. Even after thousands of attempts, some souls are denied of the opportunities. Hence, I must realize the importance of devotees association and try to make use of the best advantage of devotees association to progress in spiritual advancement. Then whoever glorifies Krishna will get glorified. Story of Indra is also a big lesson for me. Then for spiritual advancement, suitable ashrama is required. I must make the home as temple and suitable asrama and perform devotional services, including early morning chanting, complete attentively, Prabhuji. That much I have understood. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Ramesh Prabhu, want to say anything? Indira, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. Okay.
ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
Okay. ಸರಿ. Shruti Mataji, any other points are there?
No, Prabhuji, everyone has covered it. That's what.
Sridhar Mataji, anything is there? No. Okay. Varsha Mataji.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅದೇನಾರು ಇದ್ರೆ ಓಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ.
Yes, Varsha Mataji. Anything is there?
Thank you for the class. Not much, but today with the Narada Muni, how he, bring back all the devotees home. So I had heard a story back home. I asked a silly question asking when Prahlad, whoever sees the God will attain mukti, no, they'll not take the rebirths. But then I asked, why is Prahlad Maharaj again reincarnated? Then it was understood that from some elderly person that since he didn't wanted to leave all his bhaktas over here only to suffer, so he again got reincarnated in some other way and was taken aback. So that was the lesson today we learned, Prabhuji. Thank you.
See, the great personalities, they come back and take different avatars, different sevas. So like for example, Narada Muni in Kali Yuga, he has come as Srivas Thakur. So Brahma has come as Haridas Thakur. Even in different yuga, like different Krishna Leelas, each time they come as part of the Krishna's associate, they do certain services. But generally, the other jivas, once they go, they will not come back. That's understanding.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so we'll stop here. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyascha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namaha ananta koti vaishnav vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta bhakta vrinda ki jai. See you tomorrow.
Prabhuji
Hare
class.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.